Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. I debated whether to make this video because I just started my channel and I really intended for it to just be about book synopsis and reviews. I did not really want to talk about controversy or just make any negativity clickbait. However, I recently saw some news that I thought was quite disturbing, and rather than just sitting here anxiety spiraling, I feel like I should probably talk about it, and I would love to get your opinion on it, see what you think, and whether I need to worry as much as I do right now. So this is an article published in The Guardian on the 6th of March 2025. It is by author Toby Walsh, and he talks about how his publisher in Australia, Black Ink, is asking its authors to sign a permission to use their books to train AI models for a share of the revenue. There is not a lot of information within the article on exactly what's in the deal, what's in the contract. I wonder if it's probably a non-disclosure type of issue, but the author did comment on how there is a lack of transparency and it was a very urgent issue. So the authors were only given a few days to sign. He did express some sympathy for small publishers having a very difficult time turning a profit, and maybe that's why they see this sharing profit with AI thing a viable business model. And he did point out that AI companies are already just finding digital text of books all over the internet, and they are already using that to train their AI. And he commented on the speed with which AI can absorb its input information. So AI models can learn more books than any human can conceivably read in their entire lifetime. And I think we can extrapolate from this the speed with which it can create output as well. It takes decades for an author to study and read and hone their craft, but with the astronomical amount of information that an AI model can absorb, and with the speed with which it can just code and generate, it can just churn out books at impossible speed and dilute the market and directly compete with human authors. So I dug a little bit further in The Guardian, and on the 4th of March, there was another article citing more authors and agents comparing this AI agreement to signing their own death warrant. Their outrage is very much understandable. In this article, it was revealed that the authors were given a couple days to enter into third-party agreements with an unnamed AI company. So we don't even know what company that these authors are giving permission to. They were also asked to grant Black Ink the right to reproduce or use, adapt, and exploit the word in connection with the development of any software program, including, without limitation, training, testing, validation, and the deployment of a machine learning or generative artificial intelligence system. And the publisher will split the net receipt with the author 50-50. So in Toby Walsh's article, he did discuss whether this kind of an agreement is comparable to streaming, where before the time of streaming, there were companies that would just sort of record and digitize copyrighted music and share it on the internet without the record company or the artist ever seeing a cent. And he wonders if the publishing industry is kind of moving towards this streaming-like arrangement. I leave that up to you to debate in the comments. Personally, what this worries me the most is that, is this proposal from the publisher a gesture to legitimize AI books? Because we've seen the aggressive rise of AI in the last, honestly, 2 or 3 years. It's been a shorter amount of time, actually, than it feels like. Mid-Journey, the art and image generative AI, and ChatGPT were actually both launched in 2022. So it's been less than 3 years since it was a reality that just about anyone can put prompts into AI and generate pretty much whatever they want. Now, while all of this is happening, I think we have a pretty clear idea that these art and text that's being used to train AI models are stolen, that they were used without permission. We can still more or less discern AI art as what it is, and currently it's kind of the butt of the joke. People don't really take it as nearly as seriously as something that's created by an artist. And I remember in the past seeing social media posts from agents and editors talking about how laughable it is when someone submits an AI-generated book because it's just so obvious that it's funny. Now, how well the AI can generate something is crucially correlated to the quality of the training material. So we can theorize that the more and the better the AI training material becomes, the better its product will be, and more it will become undiscernible. We won't be able to tell what's human made and what's machine made anymore. And we can already see the disturbing prospects of this reality of AI just taking everything and churning out a pale imitation. I don't think I've seen a explicit legitimization of AI training for the purpose of generating a completely artificial outcome without involving the original creator. So now, seeing this publishing company making this proposal to its authors, I am worried that this is now a publishing company saying that AI books are books. They should be put on the level playing field as books that are written by real authors, by their own authors. I'm trying not to overreact and just sort of immediately jump into an anxiety spiral that this is launching a trend of legitimizing AI art or AI books. But if you remember, as recently as this year's Oscar, there was a film called The Brutalist that used AI in its production. I think it was used in image generation, and more importantly, at least more importantly to me, AI was used to tweak, or rather, I guess, to enhance the Hungarian spoken by their English-speaking actors, particularly Adrien Brody. Now, Adrien Brody won the Oscar for Best Acting. So his performance was AI enhanced and he won an Oscar on it. So what does that mean then for the future of filmmaking? And what does this publishing news mean for the future of writing? Are we going to just accept that authors will just involve AI somehow in their creative process, and that's just condoned by the publishing agency, by the publishing houses? Now, granted, this is only one publishing house that has made this offer, Black Ink in Australia. But the thing is, I worry that if something is seen as a business model, more publishing houses are just going to just copy it. And a small part of me also worries that this will become some sort of a contractual condition for future authors, that if you want to go the route of traditional publishing, are you always going to be faced with this request that your work will be used to train AI models? And it was just last year that the Authors Guild was offering a sticker that says human authored for authors to put on the cover of their books so that they can compete with AI. It seems like the prospects of writing and publishing just keeps becoming more dire. So I don't want to dwell too long on the negativity or the anxiety of this, but really my biggest worry is that we've gone from acknowledging that AI is stealing from artists and writers and musicians and other creators to now practically giving it away to AI, to giving our creative products to train AI models and have them imitate and regurgitate and eventually, I don't know, replace humans. It sounds silly to say it out loud. And as much as it upsets me, I don't know what the solution for this is, because in the articles that I've read, there are authors that have already signed this permission. They've already given permission to use their work to train AI models. Not to be overly pessimistic or disillusioned, as we've already seen, before these permissions were given, their work was still being stolen, just regardless. So I'm sorry, I don't know how to end this video on a positive note other than just the cliche of supporting human artists and support human authors and be discerning about where the creative product that you're consuming is coming from. And I do hope that there is still some way that artificial intelligence can be used for good and that we can stave off this onslaught against creators in general. Anyway, I would love to hear what you think in the comments. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.